This is ode to a nightingale, to my dear friend John Keats. My heart aches, and a drowsy numbness pains my sense, as though of hemlock I had drunk, or emptied some dull opiate to the drains 1 minute past, and lithwards had sunk. 'Tis not through envy of thy happy lot, but being too happy in thine happiness, that thou, light-winged dryad of the trees, in some melodious plot of beechen green and shadows numberless, singest of summer in full-throated ease. Oh, for a draught of vintage that hath been cooled a long age in the deep delved earth, tasting of flora and of the country green, dance and provincial song and sunbird mirth. Oh, for a beaker full of the warm south, full of the true, the blushful hypocrine, with bearded bubbles winking at the brim, and purple-stained mouth, that I might drink and leave the world unseen, and with thee fade away into the forest dim. Fade far away, dissolve and quite forget what thou amongst the leaves hast never known, the weariness and fever and the fret. Here, where men sit and hear each other groan, where palsy shakes a few sad last grey hairs, where youth grows pale and spectre thin, and dies, where but to think is to be full of sorrow, and leaden eye despairs, where beauty cannot keep your lustrous eyes, or new love pineth them beyond tomorrow. Away, away, for I will fly to thee, not charioted by Bacchus and his bards, but on the viewless wings of poesy. Though the dull brain perplexes and retards, already with thee, tender is the night, and haply the queen moon is on her throne, clustered around by all her starry fares. But here there is no light, save what from heaven is with the breezes blown through venturous glooms and winding mossy ways. I cannot see what flowers are at my feet, nor what soft incense hangs about my boughs, but in embalmed darkness guess each sweet wherewith the seasonable month endows. The grass, the thicket, and the fruit treed wild with hawthorn and the pastoral eglantine, fast fading violets covered up in leaves, and mid May's tailless child, the coming musk rose, full of dewy wine, the murmurous hunt of flies on summer's eves. Darkling I listen, and for many a time I have been half in love with this full death, calm, called him soft names, and in many amused rhymes to take into the air of my quiet breath. Now more than ever seems it rich to die, to seize upon the midnight with no pain, while thou art pouring forth thy soul abroad in such an ecstasy. Still must thou sink, and I have ears in vain to thy high requiem become a sod. Thou wast not born for death, immortal bird, no hungry generations tread thee down. The voice I hear this passing night was heard in ancient times by emperor and clown. Perhaps the self-same song that found a path through the sad heart of Ruth, when sick for home she stood in tears amid the alien corn. The same that oft times hath charmed magic casements opening on the foam of perilous seas in fairy lads forlorn. Forlorn, the very word is like a bell to toll me back to my self. Adieu, the fancy cannot cheat so well as she is famed to do, deceiving elf. Adieu, adieu, the plaintive anthem fades past the near meadows, over the still stream, up the hillside, and now 'tis buried deep in the next valley glades. Was it a vision or a waking dream? Fled is that music. Do I wake or sleep?